Hey guys, today is a special episode. We're teaming up with Dream Crafter Renovation and we're checking out Sunway Belfield at Kampung Attap. We're checking out one of their units that are renovated by them. So let's go. Okay, we're now at the car park floor. So first experience going up to the car park through the ramps is quite nice. It's very wide and then it's also very open, so you can feel that it's very bright and also quite breezy as well. Okay, so this is the lift lobby and then here is the pedestrian walkway and then there's the crosswalk going into the lift lobby. So the lift lobby location is nice, that is in a central location so that you're not too far of a walk from your car going into the lift lobby. And then secondly, something I want to point out is that it's a very nice ramp design, but they should do like a bullocks so that people will like not run out to the road. Like you see, like kids will run out to the road, and they will also warn the user as well. But at least they give a transparent door so that you can see the cars before you open the door. So that's at least a good part. And then we notice here, there's somewhat like a 2-layer window around here. I think it helps with the ventilation inside so that you don't feel too stuffy inside. Okay, then we move on. Okay, the unit we're checking out is actually at Tower C. So Tower C is there. And then we're now at Tower AB to check out their grand lobby. So you can see now they're doing key collection. So Tower C, I think most of their owners already gotten their keys. And then now it's just Tower A and B. So Tower A and B is one tower. Tower C is another tower itself. And then you can see how grand this lobby is. Because if you went to Sunway Serene, you go in Sunway Velocity, you can see the treatment is very similar. They make it like a hotel style. So pretty good. We go check out the facilities. Okay, we're now at level 8 and we check out the facilities here. Okay, first look at the facilities, it's actually very nice. Okay, so this facility floor, right, we're actually at the Tower A, B side of facilities. So for Tower C, your access card can access both. Why is that? It's because there are some facilities here that are not available at Tower C, and especially here has a mini Sunway Lagoon. So we can check that out. Let's go. Okay, we're now at the multi-purpose hall, and then you can see the banner here. This is for their key collection, and then it seems like they ended their session for the day, lah. So this is where they the owners are briefed what are the things that they get in the unit, and also the defect, what are the procedures, and so on, lah. So if it's not a key collection, then this can be rented like a wedding banquet, or events hall where they held their general meeting and so on. Yep, pretty good. Okay, on the edge here, then we can see the Jalan Istana, and then a lot of people during peak hours will know about this highway when they go to work, because it's usually night or day, it's always congested around here. And then around here, the old Istana, which is now renovated to become a museum, a royal museum. Okay, and then you can see the area around. Okay, here's the terrace pavilion, and it overlooks into the Merdeka 118 tower. Very nice. This is where you get all your Instagrammable shots of the tower. Okay, now we go back to Tower C. Let's go. Okay, we're now at the children's playground, and then this is the place where your kids would waste their energy lah. And then with rubber flooring to prevent injuries if let's say your kid falls down. And we notice here it's a pretty nice detail. These are the termination lines that terminate between the spaces, and then the organic lines are applied throughout the facilities, so there's no like straight line, and then the design is not that flat lah. Okay, and then here is the BBQ pits, and then with weatherproof sockets provided by Schneider. Okay, there's one here and then also one there. Okay lah, at least the sockets won't get like damaged during rain, or let's say if the sun is extra sunny. Okay, and then we notice here this is an open lawn, and then it has a bit of contour to the entire landscape. So it's nice, it's not like a flat patch of grass, and it adds a bit of detail. Somewhat like you can have a little mini picnic here as well. Okay, and then over here this is the karaoke room. And then here, I'm not sure if you can see inside, it's quite dark. I can see a little bit. Okay, this is the multi-purpose hall. So since Tower AB already has a multi-purpose hall, they converted this into a badminton court. Advance booking is required, so we cannot go in. Okay, here is the kids' wading pool. There's also a slide at the back there. And then it's also sheltered so that if it's raining, then you can still continue to play lah. But it's not recommended to play during raining seasons lah. Most of the kids probably will go to Tower AB. Here, if you want something a bit more private, then it's a very nice space lah. Okay, this is the infinity pool. You can see, while you're swimming, you get to enjoy the nice view of the Merdeka 118 tower. Okay, and then we noticed something hidden around here, so follow me. Okay, we noticed the small staircase that's beside the infinity pool, and then we notice this area. I think this is the area that where for the people to service the infinity pool, but they still make it like an experience for you to look into the 118 tower. And then there's a drainage here also for the service people, but they also beautify it by putting like pebblestone so that it's not that boring lah. Okay, and then we noticed this small area right here. We're not too sure why, but from there we can see that this glass window prevents rainwater from splashing. So from that, we probably think that this probably prevents rainwater from splashing. So I don't know if you can notice, there's a bit of ramp right here. Can notice? Cannot notice, but there's a bit of ramp right here. I think it's to prevent rainwater from flowing into the corridor. So that's a pretty good detail if it's really that. We're just speculating, but the architect friends please let us know on this. So how does it work is that, let's say rainwater splashes down here, it doesn't flow all the way to the corridor, and then it also wets the entire corridor. With a little ramp, at least it retains the water just in this small area. Okay, this is the staircase leading up to the 8A floor. So up there will be the gym, dance studio, and the co-working space. But if let's say you don't want to take the stairs, the lift also can access there as well. Let's go. Okay, we're now at the gym. And then here, this is the dance studio. And then all these are the equipment, the gym equipment. the weights area and also the Smith machine around here by the brand True. So quite nice, quite big, and also a lot of equipment here as well. You have your cardio area at the back here facing into the KL city, looking into the Merdeka 118 tower. And then we also saw when we opened the switch, we also saw like speakers. So I'm not sure if you can put your music in a pump. Yeah. Okay, we're not at the co-working space, and at first glance, it's pretty chill and it's very bright. And then one thing that we noticed, there are multiple seating arrangements. So you have this kind of booth styles that's nice for group discussions. And then in the middle, we noticed like this table right here. And we noticed there's also a LAN plug. I think for people to do some LAN party here, like maybe. And then if let's say you're alone, you can also sit here. And with a lot of plugs, we noticed like every table has at least like 2 plugs. And if you're alone, you can sit here overlooking into the pool view. Pretty good. It's good for those that are like working from home, or you want to get stuff done, or like a nice place to do like discussions. So yeah, let's move on. We can say that the target audience is for families. Why? Is because of the close proximity to the schools, the closest one being HKC Kuen Cheng 1, and also multiple schools around the area, and also because you're next to city centre, you're also near to workplaces. Okay, we're going to check out the unit, but before that, let's check out the lift lobby. At first glance, we noticed that they use fluted panels. Pretty nice. It's a very inexpensive way to make your lift lobby look a bit more atas. Okay, and then one thing that we noticed here, that the lift lobby is not directly attached to the facade. So you can see the huge openings on the side. While you're not directly attached to the facade, and the heat does not directly enter into the lift lobby. And with the huge openings, it makes this space well ventilated and bright. There are 10 units per floor, and it's serviced by 5 lifts and then 1 service lift. There will be total 6 lifts here, and then it uses a H-shaped corridor. So the middle is the lift lobby, and then it branches out to the units. So it provides a certain amount of privacy. We check out the refuse chamber as well. Okay, this is the refuse room. Let me go in. 2 bins, one of them is the recycling waste, and then also a ventilation shaft there. And then one more thing that we noticed, there's also a ramp. This is a very small detail that a lot of developers missed out on. So the kakak, quite easy lah when you move the bin out. Okay, let's check out the unit. The unit we'll check out is a Type F, 1316 square feet. Let's go. Type Fs are usually the corner units, and it's the biggest unit type in the Tower C. Okay, what's good about corner units is the big foyer with a nice step-free ramp. So very friendly for wheelchair and also prevent the risk of tripping. And then here, the owner installed a nice cabinet to put your shoes. You can put a lot of shoes here, and then also a nice space here to put like your welcome home signage. Here it's a bit dark now because the owner haven't installed this light lah. So once they install a light, then it will look more bright here. And then let's go in. The unit uses a smart lock system, so it's by Yale, and then you can use an NFID tag, password. So even if the battery runs out, you can still use a key. Okay, this unit is currently being renovated by the Dream Crafter Renovation, so the entire unit is still work in progress lah. But we can still walk around. So let's start with the dry kitchen. The entire kitchen cabinet is nice, and then it's furnished by Signature Kitchen. So it's pretty nice, and then it also has a really minimalistic style lah. And then here is the backlash, and then these are switches by Schneider. Pretty good. And then here, this is the fridge provided by Sharp, that is provided by the developer. Pretty good. Now we walk into the wet kitchen. Before that, there's a nice transparent door, so when you open, you don't smack the person washing dishes right here. And then a nice window to separate out the dry and the wet kitchen. Okay. The Signature Kitchen cabinets continue on to the wet kitchen, on towards the hood and hob by Tekka. Oven as well from Tekka, and also we noticed that there's exhaust right here that goes back out into the unit. So we're not sure why. We're thinking it's because this is probably a charcoal filter hood, so that's why they don't have to like exhaust it out. So we can see from here, it goes up and then back into here. So I do not recommend you guys to do 大吵 lah. But if anyone that knows ID can explain on this, please leave in the comments. Okay. Going here, washer and dryer by Sharp, also provided by the developer, and also there's a tap. People don't notice these small details right here, and then we go into the yard. Here is the AC latch. So pretty safe for your abang to service your aircon. And then for privacy, here is also a translucent door. Didn't mean to slam the door, but yeah, pretty nice. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and this is the living hall. And then we notice this cabinet renovated by the Dream Crafters. This is a customized cabinet that the owner requested to do. And then we continue on. There is the balcony. And then overlooking into the Merdeka 118 tower. You also have a clear view of the KL skyline, but we notice greeneries as well. So lush greenery just beside of the KL skyline, just beside of your condo. But we don't know if this land will become a new development in the future, so you can enjoy the view while it lasts. Okay, other than that, it's a very big balcony. You do your clothes drying, or you want to put some chairs here to hang out with your friends, totally doable. Here, there are 4 sliding doors here. Okay, let me go in. And then you can see that there's tinting. Not just tinting, and also some amount of noise cancellation, because to cancel out the outside city noises. So you can hear the honking, all those, then we can come back inside. Let's close the doors. And then it's quiet. But units facing this side won't have much of an issue. It's because you're facing into the greenery and then the road is much further away. For units facing into Jalan Istana, then you better close your balcony because it's quite noisy from there. Okay, we move on. The unit comes with 4 air cons, 1 in the living room, and then 3 are at the bedrooms. And then before you go into the bedrooms, there is a corridor, which is good for privacy because guests coming in won't directly look into your bedroom. Okay, first we check out bedroom 3, and then the flooring they used is a laminated timber flooring. And then we notice here there's also a balcony here. Okay, now we see why the developer said that it's investor oriented. This could be done for room rentals. So probably with a balcony here, they can catch a higher price for the room rental here. Other than that, this is a pretty nice, pretty big space. I think it can fit a queen size bed, but I think once the owner done up the wardrobe and also some tables here, I think best would be just a single size bed. Not too bad, quite nice. And then here is your aircon. We move on to bedroom 2. And then bedroom 2, flooring still uses the laminated timber flooring. And then you have a really wide window. Okay, so we noticed that the windows here have fixed windows. This is pretty good. It also adds safety so that when you open a window, you do not risk falling down. And then you can still get a really nice window, letting more sunlight into the space. Okay. Okay, this is the bathroom of bedroom 2. And then it's nice that it's fully fitted, and then with full height wall tiles, and then a nice floor tiles with also a ramp, a step-free ramp, and then a shower screen, and then all these shower head, toilet bowl, sink, and then a tap are by Johnson Swiss. Okay, we move on. Okay, now we head into the master bedroom. And then we see that the owner done a fusion of a wardrobe and also a dressing table right here. So this is pretty nice. Okay, and then an entire space of the master bedroom is very big. You can completely fit a queen size bed right here. And then this is the window with an angled window right here. So a side window here makes this entire unit look more spacious and also allow more sunlight into the unit. And also you have a bigger viewing experience as well. You can see more from the side. See it right here. Okay, and then the owner also done up a white-out curtain with a blackout curtain right here. That's pretty good. Okay, and then also onto the skirtings. We notice that there's skirtings throughout the entire unit. So this is good is because let's say you're doing mopping, then you don't slam into the wall and directly damage the wall right here. This helps with the cleanliness and the cleaning. So pretty good. And then it's also done up pretty well. Okay, we move on. Okay, this is the master bathroom. And then some differences to the fittings. Here has a vanity top. And then also, I didn't mention, there are also toilet holders here. And then same shower screen, shower head, but there's a rain shower right here. Very nice. But why not all bathrooms get a rain shower lah? Okay, this is the third bathroom, and then also the guest bathroom because it is not attached to any bedroom. And then the fully fittings, full height wall tiles, shower screen, shower head, and also the tap and then sink, all the same as the bedroom, the bathroom 2 and the master bathroom. So this is pretty nice because you can see that the owner did not do any renovation here. The only thing you need to do is probably just a water heater and then you're all set. Okay. We go where?
Wow.
Okay, we go up. Okay, we finished talking about the unit. I think we can do a bit of a conclusion, one of the points here before we head up to the Sky facilities. So after walking around the entire unit and looking at the things that provided by the developer, actually the price is not too bad. So the price per square feet around here is around 760, I think, 760 per square feet. And then considering the area you're next to a city center, and then you're also close proximity to schools, and then with units big that are enough to fit families, I think the price is at the right price lah. And to say that they provide like kitchen cabinets and then air cons, wow, you save a lot of money for the renovation from there. With this price, it's very hard to find similar condos with similar fittings in the area, especially by this top 10 developer in Malaysia. Okay, we're at the Sky facilities right now. We're checking out the Sky BBQ, the Sky function room where you can help your events here, and also the nice sky deck that overlooks into the KL city skyline. Let's go. Getting around Sunway Belfield is not a problem because for a short walk, you can get to the Maharajalela station where it connects you to the KL Sentral, which is the main transportation hub of KL, which links you to the ERL airport train, MRT, LRT, KTM, and so on. And thanks to Sunway Belfield and also the 118 tower, there has been a lot of infrastructure upgrades throughout the area, such as the walkway that we mentioned. So this walkway is all upgraded to the monorail station. And then for the monorail station, you can see that there's a mosque right there. And then here is, I think should be a park or plaza that connects directly to the 118 tower, the 118 mall, and also Stadium Merdeka. There's currently like a football match going on. And then overall, the entire infrastructure is so much better in terms of walkability. So you can also walk to, you can see the sidewalk here, you can also walk to Petaling Street as well. Pretty good. And then also, if let's say you want to take the MRT as well, once the 118 mall completes, there should be a much more direct way to the Merdeka MRT station through the 118 mall. A short train ride to the other direction will also bring you to Hang Tuah, which connects you to Lalaport, and also you can interchange to the LRT Ampang line. and then a few more train rides with the monorail, you get to Bukit Bintang, where traffic is building up. Why? Is because this is the main shopping district of Kuala Lumpur. Okay, time to wrap up this video. Here's our conclusion. Do I like this project? I very like this project, especially since I also live nearby here, so I understand the conveniency of this place. So one thing is the location. You're very close to workplaces, you're very close to Merdeka 118, you're also very close to the school, the SJKC, Kuen Cheng, and then everything else in terms of location is very good. But that also brings cons is because of the congestion and also because you're in the city center, which is pretty nice because the abundance of schools such as the Sunjin, Kuen Cheng, Confucian, the Jalan Davidson side of like MBS, Victoria, I don't need to mention all. Other than that is the connectivity, such as the monorail station being a short walk away, which connects you to the KL Sentral, where you can get to take the ERL, KTM, LRT, and so on and so forth. The connectivity here is a big plus. And with that in mind, this location is also very suitable for families. Why? The layouts here are actually very big. You get like, if the biggest unit also goes to like 4 bedrooms, but even standard units get to 3 bedrooms. So very suitable for families. If let's say the working adults, the parents are working at the city center, you can also easily send your kids to school, which are around the area only, which are very nearby. And once the kids have grown up enough, they can also take the public transport as well. Something that I noticed and I like is the developer's attention to detail. The details that not every developer will look into, such as the organic lines, the step-free ramps, and the choices of materials. Let's put an example. The pebble wash chairs at the facilities, we can see that even with the chairs being exposed to direct sunlight, it doesn't feel as hot. Okay, now we wrap up the shoot, and then thank you guys for watching. Do check out Dream Crafter Renovation. I'll leave some contacts in the description, and then you can contact them. You can get some quotations, you get for renovations, or even property management. Do check them out. And then thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.